All right, hello everyone. Once again, Chris England here. This time I'm doing the Legendary Hero banner, the last one of 2022. And our Legendary Hero is the Sharpest Blades. We have female Shez from Three Hopes as a fire legendary with the the pair up ability. We have the dual 190 when in arena, and HP speed +3. We have her as our very first dagger legendary, at least the very first blue dagger legendary, and a infantry unit. We have the illustration by Noi, and then we have the voice actress Miyu Tomita reprising her role from her original form. So we have Crimvale from Interspecies Reviewer, and we have New Jersey from Azur Lane as some of the roles that I personally know her as. I think my biggest problem with this is that they're trying to. I do know that they are trying to milk Three Hopes as much as they can before we get to the Engage series. But I was really hoping for someone a little, at least not a lord, because we do have a lot of characters who should at least have some level of legendary. I would have actually been interested in seeing Ranulph as one. I don't know if he would be legendary fire or legendary earth, maybe wind. I doubt water, not because he's a cat, but because I don't. It could. Who knows what they would choose to do? I also would have liked to see maybe a legend, like any kind of like some more legendaries from genealogy and Thracia, as they have very low levels of input into this game. And while I would say that that makes sense because they are Japan only titles, we do have several people who want certain characters. I personally want Owen. I know a lot of people want Reinhardt. But enough of my complaining about this. I do like the design that she has. I do find the kind of split cape with the kind of hands a very interesting choice. The battle scarred look that her dress, the bottom dress has, is a very nice one. But I think that there would be other choices, but here's the kit that she starts with. So we start out with Glimmer. We have Attack Speed Oath 4. We have our third entry into our Seal 4s. This time we have Speed. So during combat, the foe gets speed -4, and if they're not nullifying their any penalties to speed, they get another penalty to speed of 7 minus whatever penalty they are receiving. So the way that it's worded is kind of weird, but basically what it's saying is they're guaranteed to get a -4 to speed, and then if they don't have a skill that nullifies their speed, whatever speed they have, any penalties to their speed that they have, so any visible as opposed to during combat, then they get another penalty that's a total of 7. So they're going to get a total of -11 to speed from what I can tell. Or 7 minus whatever penalty they already have. So the maximum pointage that they will have is a 7-point difference. So if they already have are under the effect of chill speed 2, which gives a -5, then they're going to get an additional -2, so a total of -6. However, this will never become minus a total of -11. The max you can get is minus 10, because you have to actually have a penalty. And then if they are afflicted by a speed penalty, then it becomes a guard effect. So the foe gets -1 to their cooldown count per attack. And then, of course, after combat, the foe gets -7 to their speed as a penalty. We also have the Asura Blades, so brave weapon, as well as speed +5. And then during combat, she nullifies any penalties on herself, and if her speed is at least 1 is higher than the foe's speed, she gets +1 cooldown count per attack. And then of course we have the dagger +7, or dagger 7 skill. Then the probable big aim is her swift slice A skill. If she initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, she gets Spectrum +8. And then if she initiates combat and if her speed is at least higher, is at least 5 points higher than the foes, she gets effective against all weapon types. The only exception to this is if she's facing an infantry foe that is neither breath type or has breath or is a beast, in which case she has to be at least 20 higher. I find it interesting that they're choosing to do that kind of number, meaning that it's a lot harder to get the effective against all weapons against infantries that use sword, axe, lance, bow, dagger, tome, and staff. But all in all, having that effective against all weapon types for cavalry, armor, and of course flying types really can make her a dangerous unit to face, especially if she's going to be fighting, especially if she's going to be getting that Spectrum +8 that she has too. So all in all, she's going to get a lot of stat bonuses in total. She has a lot of effectiveness against dealing with speed. So the probable factor is she can easily hit that 20 speed difference. One thing I will find interesting is that she's throwing like real size swords as opposed to like short swords. Like these swords are almost as big as she is in terms of size. For the 11 extra heroes, we have Legendary Lilina, Legendary Claude, Legendary Sigurd, Medius, Legendary Mirth. We have Brave Crom, Brave Seliph, Brave Tiki, and Brave Byleth. We also have Legendary Ninian and Sather. So in terms of value for this banner, I feel like the highest after blue, since of course we have the new hero, blue kind of feels like it doesn't feel as big of a dud as it gives off to be. It feels like it doesn't feel like a dud, but it doesn't feel like the absolute best. Of course, we have the new Legendary Shez because she's blue. We also have Brave Crom, who is a very good unit because he offers himself a second turn. He also offers himself like bonus copycat bonuses, but he's part of the regular pool, so he's not as interesting to pull as it feels like. The other option we have for blue is Myrrh, who, while she does have her warp negating ability and Dragon Wall along with the defense res unity skill, I feel like she's not as important as like the other two, which is sad because Brave. It's probably just because Brave Crom is a Brave unit from this year past. I think in terms of actual value from the units, including the normal pool, is going to be colorless. We have Medius offering Defense Res Ideal 4. He also comes with Cancel Control 3, which is a very dangerous skill in both Aether Raids and Summoner Duels. He also comes as a personal unit. He has the On Guard skill built into his weapon, as well as way better damage reduction than Dragon Wall could ever provide. For Claude, his weapon provides null follow-up. He has Fallen Star, which reduces damage. He has the potential to be a very dangerous Deadeye user. And then we have Brave Byleth. So she comes with a weapon that syncs with her PRF offensive special. So she reduces damage, does extra damage, and then speeds up her cooldown count in general. She also has the really good speed preempt. Which makes any unit that's like ranged and high speed a very dangerous unit. This could easily be passed on to like Shez. You could also pass it on to high speed armor units that have range. But that's my personal feeling for colorless. I feel like in general, colorless has more skill value than blue. Blue has more value for the units in general. Colorless has more value for the skills that they offer. Green kind of fits in the middle of that. Of course, we have Sather, so more merges for your freebie copy. We have Legendary Ninian, a dancer who has super effective against blue units, as well as the ability to self-refresh her. And then we have Brave Tiki, who has more damage based on more damage based on her specials. She has the ability to activate her specials more often. She also has her own version of damage reduction in her BPRF. I'd say the weakest color is red, not because all of them have something to offer. In this case, it's Legendary Sigurd with his fatal wounds, as well as his PRF Holy Knight aura giving more movement. We have Brave Seliph offering more movement for himself, as well as the Clash skill. I feel like we could also if we ever get a remix for Legendary Sigurd, I would switch out his catch for like attack defense clash, because he's gonna get that he wants that bonus movement. The kind of dud pull out of everything is Legendary Lilina. Sure, she is very good for what she does, but she's also the most outmatched out of everything. The only reason that she's actually good is because she's a player phase nuke. I do also find it interesting how this is a very rare case where the entirety of the banner has each color of the banner has one unit that is from the normal pool. Whereas usually we've seen cases where like you'll have two colors that have units from the normal pool, and then the other ones will be like purely legendary and mythic. So, and then of course we continue on with the Spark. I'd say for the Spark, the big players that you want are of course going to be Shez, but if you really need him, Brave Crom. If you're looking just to get Mirth, you can get Mirth, but I'd say Shez is probably the top want. The top want for colorless is of course going to be Medius, just because he has value of himself as well as value to transfer to other units. For green, you have Ninian, just for sheer utility of the unit. And then for red, I would say Sigurd. But Lilina I'd say that Lilina is definitely another good pick, simply because she will be getting a remix within the next year, I'd say. And that might actually push her up into a more dangerous position. I'd say the lowest values are probably, like, in terms of value, it goes Shez, Crom, and then Mirth for blue. It goes Medius, Byleth, and then Claude, although these two are kind of on the same level just because Claude offers good self ability. Brave Byleth has a lot of ability, change things that you can give people. In terms of green, I would say that Ninian's top, followed by Sather, and then Tiki. And then red, I'd say uh, Sigurd, and then tie Lilina and Seliph together. Lilina's lesser, but she's also a legendary, whereas Seliph has more value, but he's in the normal pool. So, anyways, that's it from my opinion on the Legendary Shez banner. I do like what they gave her with her kit. I would be very interested if anyone decides to change out her Seal Speed 4 with either Vantage or Speed Preempt, because she does have that just an enormous amount of speed in general. But that's it for this time around. If you like what kind of content I provide, then please feel free to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video.